Greetings of the day. My name is Lakshman Jajodia, and here we have started with the video lecture for BCom 6th semester for our subject of Business Finance 2nd. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the role of stock exchanges in any financial market of any country. Along with that, what we have seen what are the various functions performed by what we can say our SEBI. What are the various functions? We have said that SEBI has performed three functions. First one, we have said it has protective functions with regard to their investors to protect them from any kind of unfair trade practices, insider trading or fraudulent practices. In second part of functions, we have said about the developmental functions. Here we have said in developmental functions what are the various functions which are performed by SEBI for the purpose of development of stock exchanges as well as development of intermediaries in the stock exchanges who are again the part of stock exchanges. That is what we have discussed in the second part of functions. In the third portion of function, we have discussed about the regulatory functions of SEBI. What are regulatory functions which are issued for the purpose of regulation of various intermediaries in the financial market in India? That is what we have discussed in the function part. Then when we were speaking on the role of stock exchanges for the purpose of development of an financial market or financial environment in particular country, we have said that they have immense development with regard to raising of capital, distribution of income, again mobilization of savings, then fosters the growth of economy, corporate governance and else part. In this video we will look after two segments. What are the various regulations which were issued by SEBI? At the same time we will discuss about what are the achievements which has been in the pocket of the SEBI till now from its establishment or from its statutory establishment. That would be the more correct phrase we have to say from 1991 to till now. What are the various achievements of the SEBI? Starting with the regulations which were issued by the SEBI from time to time so that to re-establish the credit of financial markets in India or to have the credibility or to develop the confidence in the minds of investors, we would discuss in this portion. The very first is share price and premium determination. We all know what is share price and what is premium. Premium is somewhat which a company receives in excess of the share price from its investors. So according to the directions issued by SEBI from time to time, now companies are quite free to determine its share prices as well as premium also on their shares, but all things would be equally applicable to all without any discrimination. It means that any company can fix their own prices as well as premium also, and it would not be any kind of discrimination with any kind of company. That is what is the very first and important regulation issued by the SEBI. Second was the relation with the insider trading. We have discussed what is insider trading. In short, we would again check what is insider trading, a phrase, and what are its regulations. So insider trading is somewhat when a person who is associated with the company who has a key information or important information of that particular company's performance which can have impact on the prices of the shares of the company, and that person misuses that information for the purpose of booking of the profit by using that information. For example, if suppose I know what are the profits of an XYZ company as I am working in that company, in that case what I would do, if I know the profit is good, the price is going to definitely increase, or after the disclosure of that I would buy a bunch of shares so that I could book the profit in that particular company. That is what is known as insider trading. So companies and there are employees usually who are trying to adopt malpractices like insider trading in Indian capital market This was observed from various camps. That is why SEBI has introduced in 1992 SEBI insider trading regulations, which would ensure that there would be honesty in the capital market followed by company as well as its employees, and there would be faith among the layman investors that there would not be any kind of insider trading in the market or in the capital market or either into the share market. So this regulation has somewhat, in the provisions of these regulations, there are strict norms regarding to the capital punishment also or regarding to imprisonment also, which has discouraged people from going for insider trading. That is what is the second regulation. Third regulation was the strictness which was made for the underwriters. First thing, it was made that the minimum asset limit to be fixed is rupees 20 lakh to work as an underwriter. If you wish to work as an underwriter, you have to with you have an asset of 20 lakh on your names. Otherwise, you would not be registered as an underwriter with the SEBI for the transaction or for the things. Second thing, what along with this, SEBI has made or warned underwriters strictly that their registration can be cancelled if any of the irregularity is to be found in their activities regarding to the purchase of unsubscribed part of the share capital or share issue. It has been that SEBI has said them clearly that if you were found in any kind of misappropriate activities or irregular activities or any irregularity would be found with regard to the unsubscribed part of the capital, they would be punished, and even though in cases along with capital punishment, their license can also be get cancelled. This is what is the third thing or third regulation which was issued by the SEBI. Next is with related to the share brokers. A control was established on every broker and sub broker so that they have control on their activities, and along with their registration, various strict norms were fixed for them. Along with this, no broker cannot trade in the market. No broker can trade in the market without registration. So it is made mandatory for every broker and sub broker to get registered with the SEBI and the stock exchanges in India in which they have to trade. That is what is the another regulation which was brought for the strictness or for the what we can say establishing credibility of the Indian capital market. Next was control on utilizing application amount having no interest by companies releasing public issues. We can say that suppose that commercial bank has introduced stock investment scheme under which investor has to submit stock purchase from bank with their share application. If the investors are allotted with shares and debentures, they are required to pay the amount or that is known as issuing amount to the bank, and in that case the investor gets the predetermined rate of interest on the invested capital if the amount is not transferred to the issuing bank to, and that amount would be transferred in bank account to stock invest. Suppose that you have purchased the share and after purchasing share you have been allotted certain amount of share, then you have to transfer the particular amount which is known as allotment amount to the company bank account, and bank has right to transfer that amount to the company. But if suppose that amount is not transferred, bank has to pay the interest to the investors at the predetermined rate. This has ensured that the interest earning to the investor until they have not got the allotment of that particular share. Usually what happened, bank used to enjoy this bunch of amount, or the investor the company used to enjoy this amount. Suppose that you have paid the allotment money, but the allotment is postponed. For example, if X company was going to hit the IPO in the month of May 2021, but due to the current pandemic situation, they thought that we should postpone it for say 6 months. So they are going to make their IPO in November 2021. for this 6 months your allotment amount would be with the bank, and bank has to pay the interest because allotment is not done, or even though you either it may be for share or debenture, it may be applicable for both. Now it is not only for shareholders, it can be also for debenture holders, or else if the allotment is not made, the bank has to refund the amount. If the refund is been delayed by any of the reason, even though in that criteria also bank has to pay the interest to you. That is what is the next thing applicable to the control on utilizing application amount having no interest by releasing public authorities. That is the next part, that investor would be benefited by part of the interest income, whatever may be the income. It is not the question that the income is of 5 rupees, 10 rupees or 15 rupees or 500 rupees. It is not the question of income. When we say of IPO, it is a question of hundreds of crores of rupees, and the interest on it is quite huge, and investor is on the loose end. That is why SEBI had made it strict to pay interest on the allotment amount, even the amount is if refunded in after a proportionate time, the interest rate would be already been fixed by the SEBI. Next is the control on the mutual fund. Now it is very usual term. Maybe you people all have also heard about the mutual fund. They are one of the most popular security nowadays. Apart from Bitcoin, they are getting very popular. So it is quite important to have control on the AMCs, that is asset management companies, who are registered with the SEBI, and that is why how the SEBI controls mutual fund. SEBI has issued a regulation in 1993, that is SEBI Mutual Fund Regulation, to take over direct control on all the mutual fund houses. Either it would be of public sector, that is of government, or of private sector, excluding UTI, that is Unit Trust of India. Under this rule, a company who has to float their mutual fund should possess net asset of 5 crore, which should consist at least 40% of contribution from promoter's side. Time to time, this regulation has been updated as the size of the companies has been going to increase or decrease, and similar kind of things happen. Even though few regulations are always comes to change, even we can say that for promoters, the SEBI has again introduced some relaxation things. They can, with regard to their investment in the company, this is what is somewhere the variable things changes according to the financial criteria which changes in the country. That is what is related with the mutual fund controlling. It has taken overall control on the mutual fund companies from either it is public or private companies. Last part is control on foreign institutional investors. Whenever economy gets open up, there is the necessity to control on all the FIIs, that is foreign institutional investors. So SEBI has made it compulsory for every FII to get registered with SEBI before investment or before participation in Indian capital market. And along with this, SEBI has issued even though guidelines from time to time with regard to the control on the FIIs, that is relation with this is it with the regulations issued by the SEBI. Now moving to next part, that is what are the achievements of the SEBI, why it has been considered one of the most prestigious and important organization. This is it for this lecture. In the next video lecture, we will look after what were the various achievements of the SEBI. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.